Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermore. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming to you over the airways on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is what brought you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best of the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We are also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of your ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to sharing the art with others, as well as the entire Big Stompy Robots core, the whole universe, including the core rulebook, where you can learn to blow your friends up at the dinner table with peace and joy. Rules that are quick, easy to learn, fun to play. You don't need a master's degree to frickin' play Big Stompy Robots. Now, we're also made possible, as it is spooky season, by our good friends over at Haints and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Yes, friends. Let's get right into accountability. It is a wonderful Wednesday, so it will definitely be an art time with Nick kind of day. I'm looking very forward to that. But before we get to it, we have my accountability. Let's see. Writing-wise, I actually have been working on my notes and things for the RPG running book that I've been requested to do. I'm about, I want to say 10 pages in of handwritten notes. And it takes a lot longer to handwrite something like this, but I'm using dot paper, which is one of the greatest things ever. It's just the corners of graph paper, if that makes sense. And that means you can make it a graph. You can make it vaguely. It's not as good as isometric paper, but if you want to go isometric, you can. And if you want to use it like it's lined, you can. So it's very, very versatile for the way my mind works. I have found that I adore this stuff. Anyway, I've been working on that. I actually voted. That's right, folks. I was able to go in and vote early so that I don't have to worry about it come election day. I encourage anyone who is feeling motivated to vote early. I think it's important. This may be your last opportunity to do so, so I think you might want to just make sure you get to your votes in when you can. I'm taking this deadly serious. Depending on how the election goes, there may be some changes in formatting. We'll see. But in other news, yeah, yesterday was a good day. I got to do some things that really made me feel a little closer to my roots. We finally got the cars all repaired again, and I was coming back with Xander from having run a delightful visit to actually see our own Alec. Alec is doing well, just plugging away dedicatedly on their schoolwork, which means they haven't had a lot of time to associate and converse and things. So I got to see them, check on how they're doing. I also got to do some running in town, get some things I needed done. And we were coming back, and there was a big bin of free lumber. Now, it said free wood on the side, but I know y'all. So we're going to use the term free lumber so that there's no confusion. And it was a lot of 4x4s. So I got to stop and load up my pickup truck with free 4x4s. They're left over from the packaging that helped build the new cell tower that's in front of town. This is nice. So we got that, and I got to unload it, and it was pouring down rain, and I had that Bob Seger Chevy truck commercial feeling. And I'm going to tell you, it felt good to be a little closer to my old lifestyle. Being as sick and dealing with my disabilities as I have been for so long, days like that are far rarer than I would like them. And that meant the world to me. It was nice to just get out there and get some stuff done and see all those rainbows. But it was a good day. Not bad for a Tuesday. Today's docket is going to be real simple. I'm going to chat, go through your comments. Then we're going to do some artwork. And then we're going to call it a day because I have more things to do. This is a very, very important week for me in that I have to both get everything done for the move and do the setup for both Halloween and for my my convention, which I'm going to, which is LodgeCon, Peoria, Illinois. Actually, Peatone, Illinois. Sorry, not Peoria. Peatone, Illinois. Not terribly far from Bourbonnais, north of Bourbonnais at the Will County Fairgrounds. Last I checked, it was free to attend. And if you actually want to game, it's $10. Guys, it's a great event to go to. It's great fun. I get to hang out with some amazing people. I'm really looking forward to it. So we're going to get our ducks in a row for that. I'll have the storage unit out from under me, which has been a burden on me for a very long time, both financially and mentally. So that's pretty much where I'm working for this week and weekend. It all has to get done. So we're going to make done happen. Beyond that, I have been, writing on Haints and Hellfire too. But again, it's been when I get a minute here and a minute there. Beyond, yeah, that I know it sounds really exciting, but that's kind of where I'm a little tired because I have been on the phone and I've been on the messengers with a lot of people lately. The stress of being this close to the election is kind of, it's beyond palpable. It's oppressive. And I've had two distinct groups: the people who are slowly building up their rejoice at one outcome, and I've had the people who are utterly terrified for their lives because of the other. And both have had to be taken care of in different ways. It's interesting to see. But we have lived through a lot of tough times, guys. And you look at it, we're in lovely 2024. From about, what do you want to say, 2019, 2018? We've been on a slide toward insanity. And I am really hoping that the ride takes a break now. I've had so many apocalyptic things happen in recent years that I've literally lost count. The government said, yeah, there are alien lives, out there, and we've probably encountered them. And by the time that news hit, everybody was like, okay, and are they going to help me with my overinflated rent or the cost of food? No. So we'll just have to see. But other than that, it's, some days you come in and you're really excited. Some days it's kind of hard. Today's one of those hard days. The other thing I had is I've had to talk to some folks. And I believe in being kind. And there's a difference between being kind and being nice. First of all, nice very often is transactional. You're nice to me, I'm nice to you, etc. Regardless of what happens after. So nice can be awesome. Nice can be predatory. Being kind means you have to be honest, as gentle as possible, while still telling the truth to people who ask you things. And I have a friend who wants to do comics for Marvel. And I had to talk to them last night because they asked, Nick, you've worked with some indie comics folks, so you've seen the backside of things a bit, and I have. I've seen the backside of quite a bit of a lot of things. And what I realized, what I had to tell them is, you've got a long way to go, friend. And I love them dearly. But if you're great in high school, and it's like, your art is awesome, it may be. But it also may be for the high school level. There's a lot of growth. It is really rough out there. And you might not be getting what you actually want. Cutting your teeth on indie comics, cutting your teeth learning support roles instead of being a one-man show. Get good at lettering, get good at flatting, get good at inking, that sort of thing. Would do a lot more service. But it was not received well. It was received as an insult to them, their art, and their whole history. Because I said, I don't think you're ready yet if you really want to know the truth. And if you work on these things, you can get ready. And I set it out, you've got to make sure your anatomy is right. You can't go to Marvel drawing people with two left hands. You can't go to even indies doing stuff like that. You need to get your anatomy in check. You need to have a full range of turnaround ability. You can't just do flat, hastily drawn comics. And no matter how good the writing may be, if the picture isn't good, people won't buy it. If the writing isn't good, people won't stay with it. And I invited them to look into some of the things like what Grant Lanker does, to what Luke Stone's done, because politics aside, Luke Stone has done some really neat things in comics. Glenn B. Fleming, Randy, his last name just fell off the back of my mind, but I told him go watch Nita and Daphne's shows on Mondays and Fridays. There are things you can do to see how to improve. And from them, you can find people and resources to improve. Because I try not to give a complaint without a possible solution. Now, sometimes it's a matter of you just need to check your formatting, or you need to rewrite how the phrasing, or this can be jarring. And I have to say things like that. And it's never easy for me because I want to, I was kind of built up and trained to be a bit of a people pleaser. I have to work very hard not to, because it would be very easy for me to simply just tell people what they want to hear. Except that's not always the truth. And having had to have a conversation where you go round and round and round, and after a lot, you find out, hey, bud, I'm not, you have to explain. I've been your friend a long time. I'm always going to play with my cards on the table. I always tell you the straight truth. It's just, I do not have the memory capacity to lie very well. I just don't. So I have to tell you how it is. And sometimes I make mistakes, certainly. But the vast majority of the time, I make mistakes out of error, not intent. What do I mean by that? Not maliciousness might be better. I very often, when I am wrong, which happens, I am wrong because I was inaccurate. I made a mistake. We've lost track that a actual unintended mistake is just that. It's a mistake. Everybody makes them. That's very different than doing something morally wrong. And I've done that too. I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of in my past, and I've done a lot of things I'm very proud of in my past. And sometimes those aren't always, where you think they'd be. But the only way to improve at some point is to have honest, outside, as unbiased as possible critique. And that's one of the hardest things to put up to do in this in the creative business, is accept unbiased critique. It just makes things it's hard. There's a death of the ego that folks have to go through. And I hate it because I know how painful it is because I've had to go through it. I've dealt with a lot of rejection letters. I've dealt with things being scammed. I've dealt with people yelling in my face because they don't like what I'm working on. And friends, I know this doesn't seem like my usual hump day energy, but sometimes we got to talk about the truth. And the truth right now is I do not see things getting easier anytime soon for a myriad of reasons. And the only way to deal with the possibility of a tough time is to a level, toughen up ourselves. We have to be able to accept critique. We have to be able to accept the existence of expertise beyond our own, which is why I will redirect people to people like Brian K. Morris. Ask him what you think. Ask Carl Witzman, ask Dan Hollifield what they think. Occasionally I'll say go talk to Nita Lanning or go talk to Daphne Leish. Ask them what they think. And what gets me is the fact that so few people will take me up on that. You know what I mean? Because I will tell you, hearing from a friend or someone you know, hey, you need to work on this way, presented in a gentle fashion, is infinitely nicer than either a real caring editor who will take the time out of their day to say, we are not accepting this. Here's what you need to work on. And absolutely, I mean, you guys don't know what a gift it is if you're willing to accept it, to have your stuff red painted, just shredded on by an editor. Now, sometimes, and I will admit this, I've had editors who were wrong. Usually they were editors who I was doing game design, and the editor had not been involved in that field. So in RPGs, there are certain jargons, there are certain ways we have to discuss things for it to be understandable. And if you are doing a book on circuitry and you have an editor who tries to tell you that ohms isn't a word, or why is there all this symbology? You know, why is there Greek letters? You shouldn't have those. People won't understand that. Or they will understand, you know. They can't, your editor has to have a working knowledge to an extent of what you're talking about. So you feel free to argue with them, feel free to disagree with them, but also one of the greatest errors our country, and this is shouting out primarily Americans, so Zachy, you're tangentially American if you're here. Glenn B. Fleming, you're a Brit. Sip your tea and enjoy this one. Is that at some point we lost sight of the existence and the necessity and the validity of people who are experts in their field or simply have more expertise than we do. It's uncomfortable, especially as an adult. It can be easily taken as I'm being scolded. No, if I'm scolding you, you will know. But even if I were, if it's something I know about it. And I've had to deal with this for years as somebody who teaches Western martial arts techniques to people. I've had a lot of people who talk a lot of smack before they ever get on a list field. And you might want to be careful, especially with who you're sparring against. Don't talk smack to them. They will take offense and adjust your attitude. Or your footwork is wrong. You're going to fall over. Your footwork is wrong. You're going to fall over. And then they go out and they spar. And their footwork is wrong. And then they fall over. And one of two things happens. Well, three. Stream of excuses. Oh, it wasn't my footwork. It was the grass is slippery. It was this. It was that. Or why didn't you tell me my footwork was wrong? Those make me want to bash my head against blunt objects till reality doesn't feel so real anymore. And use phrases like, I will kick you to sleep. I don't. But phrases like that run through my mind. And then occasionally you get the, well, shoot, you were right. Now are you ready to work on your footwork? Yeah, let's do it. And then you go through a bunch of stuff that's kind of boring, kind of but they get better. Those are the people that grow and excel. Same way with writing. Same way with art. Same way with wood burning or knife throwing or sculpture or game design or any of the myriad of bizarre little hobbies I have. The only way to get good is to do it. And the only way to get better is to be able to monitor your own progress, have it match up with someone with expertise in the field, and if they have the level of expertise that you respect what they've done, respect their opinion. But likewise, I do not value the opinions of those who don't know what the blood-soaked Protestant heck they're talking about. I would not ask a lawyer how to fix my auto transmission. I would not ask a mechanic how to write a tort suit, because these are two people who have very different expertise in different fields that does not necessarily cross over. So expertise in one field does not mean you have expertise in all. I'm sorry. And age does not necessarily equal expertise. I've known a lot of people who will simply go, I am older, that's why. You have more experience and expertise in what you know. Do you have that in this field? How many books have you published? How many comics have you been involved in? How many games have you done? Well, how much time have you spent actually sparring in any style? How much real life hand-to-hand do you have? Are you sitting there going over the exact same stories from the exact 2-year period? It's not the same. So writers, write, get good, and then get edited by competent people, professionals who know what they're talking about, who have shown that they are skillful at what they do. And remember, editing and proofreading are two totally different things. Some people will do both, and bless their hearts for people who have as many typos as I do. And some people will only do one. But if your proofreading is not legible, you can't hope to be edited. If somebody can't pick up and read your story, they can't tell you if the plot is any good. So that's the reality I've had to deal with. I'm going to get into your comments after this commercial. And I know, like I said, I know this isn't a high energy show. I have a lot of work to do. I want to knock this art out, and I want to get to the things I need to do today. And then we're going to just keep trucking. Okay? So first thing that needs to happen is we need to hear from our good friend Joe, and I'll be back in a minute and a half. I'm totally not drawing during the commercials now. All right, let's go through the comments. And no, this isn't anything that counts towards you guys' stuff. This is just working on a piece for warm-up. All righty, let's go through the round. Good comment, guys. It looks like you've been busy today. All righty. Woo! Good morning, Sarah. Sarah, first through the door. My lovely Gothic beauty. How are you doing, dear? I'm glad you enjoyed your artwork, and I am going to be, once I'm done with some of this, doing more gift art for people as time allows. Good morning, Trelena. Hey, Mags. I hope you're having a great one out there. Keep making the roads drivable and dodging traffic. We love you and Joey, and hope you guys have a safe flight to Dalton when you go and have a wonderful time at HalloCon. Am I the first one in the door while I stay up? Almost sunrises, LOL. Well, it happens to the best of us. Hey, Trey, work interferes with my social life. Ain't that the truth? Hey, Sarah, this is my social life. Welcome to the party. This is definitely our social life for a lot of us. I would probably go mad if it wasn't for these broadcasts, because this is the only time I get to talk to adults as on the regular, except for my wife, because she doesn't count because she was silly enough to marry me. Now, I have a hair tie this whole time. Anyway, same. Currently packing my desk up, packing up my desk so I can take a vacation and head to the next project. So ready to work closer to home. I could hear it. I am so glad that you're doing that. And Sarah says it best. I'm sorry. As you can tell, I'm getting ready to get some work done. Awesome. Congrats on the less commute. I agree. Thanks. For me, those little germ factories, best load of kids with reservation last week, sick again. See, my boss should let me at least spray them with sanitizer or mist it through the sprinkler system. Dang. And you're welcome. Lysol mister as they walk in. Boss won't let me. For shame. Or we put you in a safety bubble. Yes, for as little as $9.99 a month, you can donate money to help Sarah not have to work. Sarah, we just need to set up a permanent GoFundMe PayPal situation where we could just encourage people to just give you money for being awesome. Several of you in this chat just need that. It works. I have one. You can actually, and I'll tell you, I am as good. Let's see if it's still here. You can actually go here, paypal.me/Nicholas Tockert, and give me money, and I will accept it, and I will thank you for it. So you could do that. And if you wanted to do the same for IndieCD, you could do that too. So don't feel bad. I'm in a mood. Let's see. Boss won't let me. Safety bubble. Go rolling around like a hamster all over work. It would be super fun. That's delightful. Good morning, ladies. Any lurking gents? And yes, I'm not around these illnesses enough to build a good immune system like when I was with the public, a lot more than now. And there are a lot more illnesses. So just be careful. Oh. Not sponsored, Sarah. Not sponsored, but there is a powder you put into a drink. It is called Emergent-C. Emergency. If you were around the public this time of year especially, it is a mega boost of vitamin C. And while I am not a doctor in any way, shape, or form, I was a substitute teacher for 12 years. I have known the plagues. That stuff can be a lifesaver. Morning, Carl. Oh, yes. Or one of those sumo outfits where we practically bounce off of each other. I've been wanting to do that for years. And that would be a fun bubble. Probably sweaty, but worth it. It's hysterical to watch. I am not the green rooming myself. I don't have to. I caught it. Today, Aunt Donna's off having breakfast with her friend, our cat sitter. Good time to brush up the cat sitter. Oh my gosh, and an inflatable dino costume. I can't have one of those. I know me. I can't have one of those. The level of damage I would write. Yes, with the baby arms. Yes. I'm sure someone caught that little clip of me going, and that will pop up somewhere. I know you guys. We'll allow it because we still get to see Donna soon, I guess. And I suppose that's acceptable. Oh, Dark Koepp. Tee. Send her some hazmat love for her when she's back, please. Aw. Sarah, that would be the greatest work uniform ever. Will do. And I have to find out if we gave the rat sitter a key. For some reason, when you said that, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme started playing through my mind. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure April will do it. Thanks, Carl, and our mental powers combined. Look out, world! Trey cackles. Oh, yes. Oh, no. I feel art forming, and it's terrifying. And good morning, Thesis. Thesis is greeting everyone who's here, and I would love to be a pet sitter, but I don't have any kind of fur baby. Hey, Blade. Foxy had an idea once of a small festival in our hometown where people would dress up in those inflatable and hunt people at the festival. If you were caught, you were out for a round before you come back to be hunted again. Thought would be sounded fun, so I did, and so did our event organizer lady. Why not? Morning, Thesis. Wow, that's epic. Love that idea. Maybe when I have a bit more mental and emotional energy, I'll get back in contact, see if we can't get it done. Sometimes we have to do that. Yes. Mornings, greetings for Foxy. Hey, Foxy, hope you're having a good one. Checks a window. Yes, it is. Sun isn't up quite yet, though. I'm sorry. Hey, Thesis and Foxy. And Sarah says it's too bright here with that glowing ball of fire in the sky. And our glowing ball of fire is just starting to come over the hills behind our apartment. Woohoo! I kind of want to get some blackout curtains so that I can move with. Way too bright for me at the moment. Back in a few. You do what you got to. And Carl's good news, his knee is almost back to normal. Glad to hear that. And Joe, who I got to talk to, good morning, folks. Out on the job today, so I won't be around much. See most of you later this week, though. Yeah, you guys are all going to have a blast without me, and I'm not at all a rage-filled jealousy monster. Now, you guys have fun. Hey, Joe, rub it in. Morning. I made it safe to Dalton last night. Awesome, Dawn. So several days ago, I was doing my morning stretches, and my leg cramped up bad. There's still one spot it's cramped up, and it will not release. Oh, poor Foxy. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, good. And good morning, Dan Hollifield. Hello, Dan. Something tells me Carl was keeping a watch based on my munzieing, LOL. Dawn, hey. And ouchie to Foxy. And the comments aren't coming up, so that's okay. And morning, Dawn and Dan from Trey. Okay, it's just going to do that thing where it doesn't want to show the comments. Wow. That's cool. It was scrolling. It caught up late, and sure. Yes, Carl. And Slather's leg and icy hot again. And please let me check. Surprised to see you here. That's all. Glad you were safe. I had lots to do before leaving for Dalton tomorrow. I bet, Dan. Maybe Don ever wonder why I didn't bug you about your safe arrival? Hey, and we got greetings, and we got a bit LOL, and we got more greetings, and listening mode engaged, and spying on your progress. And, well, yeah, Carl, that's one of your creeper hobbies. We know this. No. Just a reminder, there is no burning is yarn tonight, and they're most likely will not have a burning behind the code next Monday due to traveling back from Holocon. Got it. We got ours in yesterday. Okay, shaky. Grandma's been in the hospital for a few days. She won't be going back home. A nursing home that my bedroom windows face. I've been in there, and the energy of it in there brings tears. I'm sorry, Sarah. That can be so hard. So sorry, Sarah. We have 3 separate nursing homes in our town, Sarah. One of my ex worked at the good one. The other one's the energy of that place is terrible. Just throwing that in there. I have only told 2 of my friends so far. Now you guys told my parents that it would be just as hard as if she was turning 150 years old. And Foxy's right. It's true. It's never easy. The energy in the one across the street is overwhelming feeling of despair, even before even running into anyone. Totally shaking, stomach turning, since I know what it feels like to be in there. I'm sorry. Hey, Sarah, she ran free for 100 years. That's a great record. Yes, but she's going to be there for the times afterwards. You're in a position where you can visit her regularly. And I understand. I was volunteered to a nursing home for a while, and I understand how those places can be. But if you go and visit, uh, it will mean the world to her. And sometimes we just, you have the gift of getting to be the light for her toward the end, and that, believe it or not, is a remarkable gift. It's so much, in many ways, so much better than just getting that phone call that we all dread. My maternal grandmother went to the bad one. I could only visit her for very short times, and I have to do deep meditations when I got home. Keeping my blinds closed for now. I have to keep at the moment. I understand. And blankets can work if you don't have curtains. And they take better care of a patient when they know families across comes in at any random hours on any given day and living right across the street. Sucks that it works that way, but it does. Yes, absolutely. You will be doing good for her. And that is, it may be uncomfortable, but that was a challenge. Yay for Alec. Yes, I'm behind. It happens, Don. We all are a little bit. Crud, got stuck in my head and didn't hear about Alec. Alec has caught up with their work. They're working very hard. I actually got to visit them briefly, but I gave him a ride to the library, and I then had to spend a lot of time running errands, so I didn't get to spend as much time with Alec as I would have. But we had a great talk about art and character design and what works and what doesn't. It was just really cool. Dang. Whoops. Wonder how you'd train Edward Scissorhands to fight effectively without using the Scissorhands as weapons, if he were to need it for whatever reason. Okay, if he's not using the Scissorhands for weapons, what we'd have to do is close his hands down because they're bladed and as down as possible, and probably have to strap them up. That gives him some level of standard striking plus kicks, a lot of voiding and aversion. Could also basically leather wrap the scissors so that he's not cutting anybody, but he could still use them as angled control devices. That's my initial thought. It's doable. Artists are so prideful. Could never. Johnny, it's great. And yes, I was referring to Zimmerman, and his name just fell out my ear. Thank you. Sarah, I never thought about that. And now, yeah. I think he was referring to Randy Orton. Who's that sneaking around back there? Oh, he's got a folding chair! Anyway. Me either. I think when he was talking about how to draw hands, that just popped in my head. I understand. And it's good hearing from you, Johnny. Oh, Johnny, I'm not familiar with that, Randy. A wrestler. I'm just being stupid, Sarah. Don't take Randy Orton as a wrestler. Yes. Lamau. That's epically hysterical. Right on. That's awesome. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Thesis. We got greens. Ask me what I think. My knees hurt. That's what I think. Oh, about writing? Sure, I can do that. And I recommend many people reach out to many of you. The fact that I'm sorry. The fact that so many of you haven't gone, hey, Nick, this guy came and asked me about something, or this guy tells me how shy creatives can be. And that's one of the sad things. I try to be gentle. But if I tell somebody you need to work on this and this, and they don't like it, it happens. But I understand if I am doing it, I'm telling it as gently and carefully as possible, and I will agonize for days over anything negative I say. But I have to, because if I don't, the next person you talk to will correct you, but without without the courtesy, without the kindness, without the mercy. Just laughing at myself. Every so often, someone gets me on something that they have to explain afterwards, then busting up and laughing hard. Hey, I'm glad you work that way. And munching on forbidden gummies. Yeah, this is all Trey's fault. Gummies. Big bag of Amazon exotic fruit gummy bears. I see. Special forbidden. Thank you for being vague about it. No, regular gummy bears. They're only forbidden because Foxy because she can't have coconut oil. Ah. I had an editor once who never read classic literature. I had to explain every historical reference to her. I've had similar experiences in some things I've done as commission. Ironically, the editor got paid. I didn't. Anyway, nice. I was going to say careful with the potency of the special ones at first, but interesting about coconut oil. I've said this before. I'll say it again. None of us are perfect at everything, but surround yourself with people that can teach you what you don't know. Absolutely. And it's the only way you're going to get progress. Be right back again. We'll be here. True that, Dawn. Yeah, I'm allergic to coconut, bananas, kiwi. Okay. And first of all, I only fell over because my shoelace got stuck in my scabbard. The sun was in my eye. I didn't have breakfast and my dog's grandma died, and I was going easy on you. I almost said, you've met, and dropped the name. If Trey is still here, tell me that doesn't sound like freaking, and yeah. Oof, Foxy. I fell over because I'm a klutz. We can work on that. All my life, I thought bananas were spicy and people were messing with me saying they were bland. Wow. With the exception of when I broke my leg. Someone who gives advice outside of their expertise is called an ultra-crepidarian. Okay. People who ask questions and don't follow the information given by experts are called assholes. Although your word is far better than mine. No wonder they never helped my tummy as a kid. I'm an ultra something. Usually call those people. Oh, I met many of them. Dawn, don't forget your drawing prompt. I remember it now. I was being nice for once, thesis. Did it feel weird, Carl? Pretty much. And Foxy giggles. Felt like being back at work. I had to be subtle and thoughtful. He found a hair tie! Yes! Based on my family history, I have 17 more good years in me, and I'm not going to hold back much. Ha! I don't blame you. Yeah. Longevity is not something I like to think about. My parents are both well into their 70s. My dad just turned 76. But on my end, it's just not something I like to think about. I don't need to be nice anymore, so I will call them as I seize them. You do what you got to do. If not taken out by the dumb, my family tends towards the 80s and 90s. Nice. But I will always be kind to others writing and artists in case someone needs editing. Yes. And that's the thing. It is a kinder thing to politely say, okay, this went this way. It made me feel this way. You might want to rephrase it. This and this we're drawing. This and this, where did the dagger come from is one of my favorite questions. A lot of times weapons will just materialize in writers' hands. I'm usually kind to others as they are to me, but at least I try to be a little kinder. Screenshot achieved. Not surprised. And now I think about it. There was a young kid dressed in one of those dino costumes this year's Run Fair. I got pictures of him fighting with a jester. That was adorable. I don't think I want to try it. I want to try again doing the Dino Fest thing. I think I want to. Cool. Additional info. I gained a death phobia after my mom flatlined in my arms a couple times one night in the ER, and the hospital was going to send her home. Freaks me out to have that happen again. Hugs for Sarah. Just freaks me out that I have to push through it. Yeah, shaky. This is something I don't talk about much that can be paralyzing while knowing what I need to do. It's insane. Need to move. Yep. Fight. Bonus points to Sarah. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and faint. There's a fifth one. Faint. That is a actual hardwired response. And if you ever need to vent, we're here, Sarah. Absolutely. Anyway, I don't mean to bring the chat down. Dang, that's heavy to put on people. Not really. That's what we do. I've been around those who are passing. I've been around those as they passed. Every once in a while, when somebody passes, you can see the light in their eyes, though. You can see something just for a second from the other side. And it gives hope. Of course, I've seen some other stuff too, so. But I don't think that's anything your grandmother would need to worry about. That's okay, Sarah. We're here for the good and the bad. Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Happy Hump Day to all. HoloCon preparations begin in earnest today. Looking forward to seeing those who will be attending this year. And hey, Chris, I could be a terribly shy person online. I can open up more. I think we all feel that way. Foxy, I don't get on FB too much, but it's nice to know there are people around. I knew this was coming, but it's completely different in the midst of it. Sarah, you know you can reach out to me if you need to. Like anybody, guys, I want to put this out there. I'm going to interrupt my comments and stuff just for a second. Like I said, I know a lot of people are going through a lot right now. For some of you, it's just downright terrifying. And I want to let you know, I'm here if you need an ear. However things work out, we're going to get through things because we take care of each other. Okay, guys? Don is saying squee to Chris. We'll be there tomorrow afternoon. Chris, pretty sure excessive stress has been part of catching everything today, but yeah. Take things one day at a time, Sarah. Sarah, there's being there for an elderly family member means so much to them. It does good for their soul. Don't feel bad about bringing that stuff up. Being kind and helpful to old folks is great. He said a bad word. Clip it. Even though it's a little early, time lapse, and good idea, Chris. I'm going to run some ads. I'm sorry I missed some. And yeah, call the crisis line the moment I got off the phone with Grandma. They talked me down from an insane surprise line. So glad it's programmed in my phone. I'm glad. I think it's 988. So, guys, I'm going to run an ad, and we're going to do some art, and we'll see if we can't bring the mood up just a bit. But let's see. And we'll start the cam up. Add stage. Oh, sorry, guys. That's something I am working on for Amanda. Alrighty, we are already set up, and I am hitting the time lapse so I don't forget it. Click, and we are going to go into the music, and we'll see what we have. Let's see. Oh no. We'll start with Brave New Worlds Around Each Star. Alrighty, for the first one, I do have some ideas, so we're going to go there. And, real quick, well, Dirt, that just happened. Not intended while Halloween Christmas project. It happens, dear. Look, your mental health is far more important than anything, including a silly convention, okay? And I'm not going to HoloCon, so I'm going to be here to hear it. Time lapse. This has been an odd year for Halloween feels. It's been an odd year, hasn't it? It's fun house effect kind of thing. Yep. I agree. Now, yeah, I'm going to start here. We are going right into spookdom, okay? I have something in my head I want to try to get out. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off. And we're gonna I want this kind of vapory, putrid look, because I'm going to be doing some shading things to it. Still a little too bright. There we go. We got to get the side done. How's that looking? There we go. Sometimes when I'm doing fill-ins, I will actually, you can't see it, but under Brian K. Morris's the thumbnail. And when I want to check how things are looking, I will look at that because it's condensed, so it makes certain things easier to see. And we're going to hide that because you don't need to see that. Alrighty, next, because I have this image came kind of strong to me, so I'm going to try to grab it as it is. Happens every once in a while. I need my thick brush. I need at least a 20, but yeah, 20 is good, and I need this gray. Yep, and that angle's a little too steep. Hold on. Look down a bit. There we go. That's roughly the angle I want. And I'm just going to throw this gray on here. Because I'm just feeling, remember, this is going to be the start of proper Hollow Week, where things are going to get spooky-ooky around here. So I want to start laying out that vibe real early on. Oh, Sarah, you're going to like this one, I think. I think you're going to like this one. And this is one I may be revisiting a couple times. Because, like I said, I have this distinct image in my head, and I don't know if I can get it out on digital. I may have to do something else to get the image how I want it, but we'll see. I'm going to do this. Oh, what's wrong with that? That's fine. Whoops, undo that. I want that slight dark line. I'm going to need that light. Undo that. I'm going to leave that dark line. And I'm going to come over here, go here, get a big old one of these and just right there. Okay. Back to here. Back to here. Oh, angle's wrong. Hold on. I'm being persnickety because it's, like I said, it's something I have a distinct image of, and I already know it's not quite right. So you'll probably see this redrawn on pen and paper later. But I want to catch as much of the idea as I can right now. And I know I usually open up with a landscape, but like I said, this picture is, it's just loud in my head. And if I don't do something about it, it's going to haunt me. And it's like, I really wish I could take the whole thing and just tilt it 3D rendering style, but I can't, so. Okay, Sarah, when you get a chance, probably later today or tonight, message me on the topic of shielding and such things. I might be able to lend some small advice. I have at points been, to borrow a phrase, gifted with a small wisdom or two. This, I can't even explain where this image is coming from, guys. I almost want to apologize because it's just so overpowering to me. But I have no choice. Every once in a while I'll run into an artistic piece where I have to put this down. And I have to do it in a style you guys don't usually get to see me do. So please bear with me while I agonize my way through this. I gotta get some of these lines. Oh, that works. It shouldn't, but it does. Let's do this. There we go. Up here. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't have a choice in the matter. Thank you for understanding. I almost had to start this before the stream. And I did not really, I didn't want to do that to you guys. So you'll just have to bear with me while I do a bit of painting. I realize I'm not explaining what I'm doing because I'm trying to hold on to it before I lose it, which is the dread of many artists. But actually this needs to be darker. And yeah, I'm just borrowing, one of my favorite tricks digitally is to just borrow from the image once I get the colors I like where I want them. And you're also seeing something you don't usually see me do, which is go from color and lighting out instead of from line work out, because usually I'm doing line work. So usually it's I draw and then I color it. You know, so a lot of times there's for this kind of image a pure painting aspect. Yeah, you need let's see. I give a bit of advice on shielding and focusing much more out. Yeah, Sarah, please reach out on that front, and we'll talk through what you're doing, and I should be able to assist. This is one of the rare times of year that I semi come out of retirement for certain things and certain people. This, like I said, this is a different one. I know it's a different one, but you guys are gonna see what I'm up to pretty soon if you haven't figured it out already, which is fine. Alrighty, and I have to do something just. Well, this is hard. This part's going to be tricky. This part is going to be tricky. I have to think about it for a second. I'm not quite ready to commit to that part. Oh, set up. Mistake! How dare I make a mistake on a live broadcast to the world? Do that. Because it needs to be. See, that's the wrong shade. That's not right. You're gonna see me just beat this image up. I'm going to do it on a different layer so I can keep it where it needs to be. See, a lot of my inspiration, a lot of my work does not come from the happiest of places. This image had hit me this morning, and I'm trying to capture it before it goes. It is so blurred and bizarre for how I normally do things that I'm having trouble with it. I'm not sure if that's the right color or this is. But I'm sure somewhere Brian Rodman is just going to love the weirdness that is being invoked here. And yes, it is malformed. It is supposed to be malformed. I'm gonna have to work on this thing because I hate when really freaky images stalk my mind. It's really hard to not draw this thing right and draw it accurate. Okay, let me see. Excuse me for a moment. Let's see. Deep tissue, few cobwebs outside. It's breezes below. They're shiny. Going to listen to you guys while I go through some of my things in your presence. You do what you need to do. You're making a lot of progress. You're doing a good job. Looks like an overpass on a bridge. Must be newish, though. No graffiti yet. As long as Mothman doesn't show up, it's fine. I think the big... Oh, wow, sorry. Big chunk of inability to shield is because I'm constantly being told or hear about everything going on and seeing just the theory. That's part of it. We'll talk. Doesn't help at all, sir, but you can get through things. I won't lie. Say it's easy, though. Don't know why my mind immediately went to River Styx. But you have all those weirdos to support? Yeah, it's a good mantra. At least a Mothman hasn't shown up yet. Can get you through. It's the yet that gets me. Sewer zombie? Oh, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. That's why I ought to bring that Mothman fellow here. I'll show him. I don't mess with... Well, the vast majority of Mothman sightings are very easy to diagnose. Simply look at the travel patterns of sandhill cranes. I'm not saying that that's exactly what it is, but I am saying that if you've ever seen a 5-foot-tall sandhill crane stand up and spread its wings in the middle of the night with its eyes that reflect red, oh yeah, he's a fun one. And this is both not a new overpass, to those who ask, and as for its lack of graffiti, well, there are reasons. So I'm just going to do this painting. Like I said, I don't know where this came from. I don't know why this came. But my mind demanded it, and I'm not going to fight it. I'm simply going to accept. Oh, I forgot. Well, merge these two layers down. There we go. I don't know who this guy is, but actually, I like that. I like that. Just put this back. We'll just do that for now. Pull the green up a bit, like this, and then pull it out. Oops. That part was going to be a little bit more delicate before. Yeah, I can fix this like that. There we go. But yes, this image has been, in one format or another, rather haunting me today. And as it's getting on Spooky Week, well, I don't like any of what happened there. Let me come over here and shrink this a bit. I need more control. There we go. There we go. sometimes you just get an idea and it won't let go till it's time. So this is what was, I don't want to say keeping me up at night, because it didn't, but just kept running through my head. Not the first time I've been around strange things under bridges. Not one of my favorite places to go, but I want this very washed out look. I don't know how I'm going to get him to look like I want, so I'm just going to, might just let him stand out like he really doesn't belong. Need my bigger brush back, because the larger the brush, the smudge, the smoother it is. I want it, I'm looking for that thing where the concrete starts to feel tangible. Do this. Throw some of this. Maybe throw some even darker up here. For the moment. And I know I have to put some railing on the edge, but we're getting there. And thank you. I do occasionally do isometrics, and I am always pleased when I can do something like this kind of without a whole bunch of reference lines, just belt it out a bit. And it's like, there's just something uncomfortable about this fella. Not much, that's okay. A little higher. Oops. Have that little sense of a darker but yes, this is one of those where that's the wrong color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at this. I need out here. And we're just kind of getting that have to do this. So I have to pull the darkness into the water. Like so. And then I have to get it to go. Convince the darkness to go how I want to. Into this weird green kind of sludgy water. We'll just add just a little bit more gray. Just a pinch. That probably should do it. Doesn't take much. And I'll just smudge that around. No, I need my pen. Very carefully designed not to blend in. And then we'll come get our smudger. It's in the painterly blender. Okay. We'll just work it till he looks somehow both of the image and not quite part of it. Like this little guy. Thank you. Let's see. Maybe Dave. And style reminds me of Ted Davies art. Thank you. It's like Steve or Dave. Houston Dave. Could be standing a Muncie on Dirt Bridge. LOL. Angle where the ramp looks like a hat. Reminds me of a huge hat pipe I helped build. Little skater, little demonish dude. Carl caught your comment a while back going through some things on the drawers to downsides. Must run. Don's picking me up soon. Have fun, Carl. Have a good day, Carl. Now that you mention it, does look like Estaccado's Darklings. Yes, it does. I can see what you're talking about. They're more oh, honey, not that much. No, I need a little bit more right here. This, why have I done that? It's got a little too bright. Let me just smudge that in. There we go. We're starting to get where I want to be. Yeah, I have another image of this guy in my head, but this is enough to keep it. Yes. Absolutely. Jackie Estaccado's Darklings? Don't want that line. That does come. Let me just see something, because I can always hit the undo if I have to. Yep. Oh, went too far. Control, Nick. Control. Just gonna give it just that little bit of by blurring that around painterly style, we'll give it that lighter shade that I want. Now, do I want to do it like this? How do I want to do it? Add a layer. Fill, blend mode multiply, fill the layer, refer only to editing layer, wait, 30. Do I want that? Yeah, now we grab the eraser, go for a soft one. Kind of making on play the darkness again. Well, it's spooky season, and see, I read the comics back in the day. I was actually quite a fan of Top Cow comics. I can't afford to be, but I was quite a fan of them. I loved Witchblade and the Darkness And say what you want, Tomb Raider was a good. It was a good read. And if anybody can appreciate the joy of a good Tomb Raider, reading Tomb Raider, well then I don't know what to say to you. But, yeah, that's close. Yep, Jackie Estacado. I am so not surprised though. Okay. Back here. Want to smudge that around a little bit. It needs that harsh. Just needs. I need to come over here. I'm getting where I'm like hitting my perfectionist arc, which if you know what that's like. Oh, undo that one. I can put a little bit more black. Then we can take our smudge. Smudge in. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I need to sign this dude. There is a little fragment in this song that's playing that sounds. It reminds me of "I Need a Hero's" opening, and I don't know if you can catch that. If that makes sense to anybody. File, we will say. So not my usual picture, but we will open this up. File, save as overpass. I think that works. I don't know why I had to draw this creepy little dude. It's totally. You could be bearded, Jackie. It could happen. And then let me look at the calendar. So 28. 28, 30, and then 1. Cool. So do this, do this. And it will be file, export single, layer, JPEG, TF, 10, 28, 24. Say that. Okay. So we got one done. For a Hollow Week. I think that's spooky. I think that works. Let's see. Set up for the new one. I'm going to take a moment, guys. I'm going to stop the music. I'll probably switch songs because I've been bombarding you with that one for a while. Run a ad, and I will be back in just about a minute. realized I didn't do something. So let me do this. Let me go time lapse export. Time lapse. And then we'll get fixed for the next one. I'm sorry about that. That's fine. And then I actually have to export PNG. Okay. Now, close that. Save, close. There we go. New. YouTube custom. I know. Time lapse. Okay. Let's see what we got coming up in the chat. Tai Chi skeleton. Tai Chi skeleton. And let's see, creativity and talking actually got me through everything in at least one specific drawer. Progress is happening. Woot! Our apartment repairs person has put out an old toilet with a skeleton on it. That's awesome. Tai Chi skeleton. Jeez. Well, I knew it was going to be somehow Chinese related because Thesis was saying it. This. I know. I said Tai Chi skeleton. But give me a second. There we go. Do this. We're just going to do that. It's kind of that's fine. Do this. There we go. Just kind of loose. Oh, I forgot to start the music. Well, I can understand liking that, and we'll just okay. Yeah, I guess we can use that line for the Or I could just give twin tails and have both. We'll do it that way. That'll make her more dynamic to see. Now we have her. I'm going to have to play with this just a bit. That's okay. Then we have... Because drawing a skeleton is not an easy feat. I think you guys quite realize the ask that the skeleton was. Think about it. God, it's been a long time. Okay. Guess I should have drawn the guy into the overpass. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Should have drawn him on a second layer. Making me work for it. Okay, we'll start with a very chunky version of the spinety. Okay. Pelvic bone. Can't see the tailbone. It's a little high, but we'll make it work. Shoulder blades. Clavicles. Rib cage. Sternum. I'm not going full anatomy class, but I could do enough to make sure. See, this is why I don't do a lot of skeleton. One bone up here. That knots two bones up here. That's terrible. I gotta erase that. Sorry, guys. You never make it easy on me, especially around Halloween. You can't just give me a break. That's not the tool I thought I had. There we go. We'll do this for now. Come back to my pencil. There we go. The gaggle of wrist bones into the carpals and the metacarpals as we work on the phalanges, the hand, out this way. I can't remember the upper arm bone name. I should. That's okay. Be raised. Yeah, probably work better if I finished off the jaw. Neck. Okay, go for the femur. Patella. Here. That's really, there we go, that's a bit better. Just wanted Tai Chi skeleton, sure. You guys wanted me to you wanted to push me today, huh? Well, that's okay. Go here to the ankle bones, and we'll start with the carpal. The tarpals. Should stick out a little bit more like that. All right. Not perfect, but really not too bad. Humorous, thank you. Because of the funny bone. I always forget that. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've had to do my anatomy studies. So this does have that feel of when my art teacher made the mistake of telling me I couldn't do every project as an anime girl, and decided, fine, I will do every project as an anime girl and still meet the brief. Let's do that real quick. Now, I know I got real quiet about that. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. Sorry. Tai Chi skeleton. Drawer progress. Sorry, we had a comment dump as I was pushing the button. Okay. Woot. Apartment with person. Have to take a pic and post it to Facebook. Idea was Tai Chi scarecrow. Well, see, that would have been adorable. That stance is kind of hard for me sometimes, the way my joints like to wander out. Golden rooster is hard for you because you like to fall over. That too. Well, we can work on that. Interesting fact: your collarbones can pop like your fingers can. Yes, they can. And sometimes it hurts desperately when they need to. Dancing phalanges, humorous. Yes. Wasn't me this time. Hope you remember. I like it. Guy and skeleton are getting down. Now, I think this one I will leave in a very penciled rough because I like kind of how it's going. Now I have to go watch some more Chinese drama things because they're so fun. You get me tired. You got me working on the silliness. And I know I didn't turn the music back on. I'll worry about the music in a bit because I'm hyper focused now because somebody had. That's fine. I know I got something off in the legs. I'll have to mess with that later, but I need like reference. And I want to point out, aside from doing this, I didn't use any reference for this piece. So let's see, we'll do this. We're gonna go fill, blink, refer only to editing layer, blend mode, multiply. Let's pull this down to one of these colors, maybe. No, that's not bad. I can almost work with that. That's perfect. Okay. Now I can come here. I can come here. I can just start. My ribs pop off of my sternum because they were torn off. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Oh well. Gotta do this for the shoulder blades and back. It's not bad. And like I said, this does prove I have a level of understanding of anatomy and pose work. Y'all think I don't do the homework in the back. Yep. Oh, all my ribs will. I almost got offed by my ribs popping out and then popping me into the puncturing my lung. So yeah, it's a thing. Now, he's yeah, there we go. Nope, multiply. There we go. We come here. We get grade 20%. Sounds good. That's gonna be tricky. What kind of pencil thing do I want to use? I mean, my normal. Yeah, no, I want pencil. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of look I want. If I'm going to go off and do this level of craziness, I'm going to do this level of craziness about as right as I think I can manage. I don't usually do more realistic art, but sometimes the situation does call for it, and I have no choice in the matter. There we go. There we are, guys. Once in a while, I get to do something that's really just a bit out there, and I actually appreciate the challenge. Oh, so I gotta get my stretch up. But I think he's coming along pretty well. Yeah. So there's one definitely for the record books. This is an interesting image. It's not quite done, but I'm rather pleased with how it's coming. Let's see. It needs about that shade. Do I like that? I love the placement, but the color's wrong. So we're going to go here. We're going to play with that a bit. I might have to go darker. Let me see. Yeah, I needed to go darker. Haha, glory. Now, to just cut this loose, like so. I'll be honest, I'm actually really this piece because this took me miles from my normal comfort zone. And I was surprisingly quick with it for it being such an, again, out there piece. But we are definitely getting somewhere with this. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Once wish I had the money and more room, give posable Skelly, put him in different martial arts poses, leave him out all year long with different hats. Yeah, I should be putting my bone skeleton out, bone dragon out. I'm not sure where I want to put him. And let's see, how do I want to do this? One more. Blend mode. We'll go multiply. We'll go dark like that, and about like that. Go here for another layer. So we'll just see if I can pull this off like I want. Absolute. Abso-fraggin-lutely, yes. Ah, so that looks so good. Ah. Yeah, you did a good idea. Push me. It needs something. Well, we'll worry about that later. I'm going to sign the heck out of this guy, though. Sometimes I sign them like, I don't know if I've earned it. This time I've earned it. Thank you. It's simple, but I kind of dig it. Only thing I want to check, because I can undo it, is if I come here and I flood this just like this. Yep. Dig this. That's what it needed. I'm like, it's not quite right. Because she needs to pop. And then I just need to come over here. I'll erase her. Go. There. Perfect. I knew it needed something because the tone was, she was blending in too well. Okay, cool. File. Save as. Tai Chi Skeleton. And we'll just save it that. It has another name, but we'll worry about that later. That's good. I like that, y'all. File. Export single layer. Ping. Yes, please. File. Time lapse. Export time lapse. Yes. Okay, I'm proud of that one. It's just like I'm happy. I don't get happy about my art often, but I really like this one because I got to just break out something different. And I have so much work I'm behind on. I might just leave it right there. I think it looks good. File, export single layer JPEG. Where are we? Okay, NTF 10 30 24. Okay. That came out like, I'll save it this way. I can always come back and get it later. Okay. New. Last one. I am at 2 hours. That's fine. File time lapse record. Okay. Got time lapse again. I'm going to run an ad, get myself something to drink, and then we'll decide what the last picture of the day will be. I did that one. I did that one.
Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, Chupacabra. For millennia, these creatures have perplexed the human race. But what if they are forces of good? What if they have been sent here by a federation of more advanced alien species to help and defend the human race? That's the premise of League of Cryptids, a new comic book by Grant Lankard, creator of the smash hits Beowulf and Memoirs of the Morbid. His new comic, League of Cryptids, is a 4-part story involving these 5 creatures banding together to defend Earth from an invading alien race, just as one of their members is losing faith in the human race and questioning their mission. The epic tale begins in League of Cryptids 1.
All right, let's see what your comments have to say. I gave you guys a chance. And no one has, yes, next Friday we'll, I think. It is. I don't think I want to go there because I just did a skeleton one. So, let's see. And nobody is talking, so I'm going to have to start drawing so it's not boring. That's going to dry my hell, that's fine. I'm just sketching. I can erase this later. Batty dance party. Batty dance party. Batty dance party. Y'all are forcing me to get my pencils out, basically. Okay. Ew. No. Get out of here. I don't like that. I'll come back to that later. We draw elbow out, hand out. That's I know I'm not sure what those hands are doing, but we'll figure it out later. Okay. I have another song in my head, but it's called Dead Man's Party, and I can't remember who sang it, but that. And yes, I know that's not how bat swings actually work. But it's kind of cute, so we'll just work with it a little bit. That kind of. This actually looks very much like some of the medieval dances, so I'll let it fly. Not bad. I don't want her hair. Yeah, I don't like the balls. Bats wear a lot of halter tops so that they have room for the wings. Oingo boingo, yeah. And oh, hello. Honestly, Glenn, where are you? Get some pencils, paper. I was doing that quite a bit yesterday. It's easier to stream this way. That's all this is. That I use this because it is simply easier for me to stream. My scanner doesn't. So I have to make enough money at the convention to afford a new scanner. just give her some of these hot pants. But it's good to see you, Glenn. How are you doing? I don't think England is quite as big into Halloween as the Americas are, but doing anything fun? And Glenn, Sarah, I know it was Unga Bunga. I have let the bodies hit the floor in my head. Haven't listened to that. Oh, that's on my Get Things Done excuses. Yes, well, I am plotting some things that you will be very much in approval of, Mr. Fleming. There is a film called The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. Brilliant movie. It has a sequel, Return of Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. That get a cute little Batgirl going. Some kind of quasi-vampire dude. He needs way less anime face, though. He has too much anime face. I'm going to work on this. Not that much. He doesn't need that much chin. Actually, yeah, he does. Brought him out a bit. A real nose. A bit of nose. Pull his eyes into something more manageable. Do that. That ear needs work. Now, he needs vest, collar, plunge on the vest, pull that down, belt, and make it a sash. Been a while since I've drawn a sash. Let part of the sash hang down roguishly. Cheater string shirt, yes. Honker gloves? Yeah, he needs honker gloves. Big old honking gloves. There we go. We'll figure out that hand thing later, or we won't. Don't know. It's the last picture of the episode, folks, so things get a little wonky. Oh. Did you catch that bit of a stumble with the part on the excuses? Yes. So working my way through on World War II very slowly. I want it to be the best thing I ever did. It shows. We love you. Love you too, Sarah. Sweet. Yeah, it's what I've seen of Glenn's stuff just blows my mind what he's doing for the World War II art. There we go. We'll do this because this is Halloween, as I'm going to do. Not bad as a rough sketch, y'all, as we're well into the second hour. But we'll put that on a little table so we'll get some foreground action. Yeah, and we'll just, while we're playing around in the foreground, we'll do this. We'll do this. I really do need to see what Randy's been up to. I haven't talked to Randy Zimmerman in a while. I haven't been able to talk to Luke in a while. So we'll see. There we go. Candle. That's not bad. Still This would be normally my blues. It just happens to be in reds today. It looks distorted. That's fine. We'll worry about that later if we worry about it at all. Now we're going to put some sack ghosts. Easy peasy. We'll do a bit of them dancing around. Need a third sack ghost. These are like super lazy sack ghosts. That's okay. And yeah, it needs a background. Dang it. Okay. Glenn's here. He won't tolerate me not putting some kind of background. Like, none of those cheap cartoonist tricks. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be there to prove that, you're actually paying attention. Yes, I know. There we go. Again, just a little light play with isometrics there. We at least have the implications of a background. We can put a rug out for them to cut. Haha, cut a rug. I made a joke. It was funny. Oh, and yes, Dead Man's Party was brilliant, yes. Oh, you are just... there are few things I enjoy more than the British sense of humor. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, so we've got this nice rough. It's in red, whatever. Layer it. Pen. Now I have to start suffering because now what I draw matters. Okay. Actually, before I do this, I'm going to run another ad. I haven't run enough ads this show. Let's see. I haven't run Amy Hale. Actually, no. It's almost Halloween. Let's do this.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hi, guys. There we go. I'll do this. We'll just start working my way out. But yes, I'm glad to see people working on long-term projects and keeping things moving. And frankly, it's nice to have international friends like Glenn and Johnny. They keep me from getting too caught up in the American political BS. You guys really do give perspective, and I appreciate that more than perhaps I am able to express. Make him much more traditional, make a vampire-looking dude. There we go. That's nice. I like that. That's totally the same. We can keep his hair totally insane because why not? He's some kind of vampire. Well, got some fang peeking there, Boyle. Who could ask for more? Yep, Wingle Boingle. Now we'll just go. That line went fart. That line also went fart. Dang it! Stop farting lines. Running out of time, guys. I've got things to do. Yep. It's been an interesting one. I am rather proud of today's work, but it certainly has been a you guys have showed me no mercy whatsoever. I mean, I expected some kindness. There was none. Only applied villainy. The challenges were really go for the throat today, and I thank you for each and every one. We got 7 people here. I hope you guys have hit the like and share on this one. We'll do that. And Alex laughing because I just told him yesterday, this is not how you should do this. Pay more attention. Yes, well. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm an adult, therefore I am a hypocrite.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
That's why I said I had to wait until the camera went. Okay? You understand?
Couldn't wait anymore.
Okay. I'm still doing my show. I have to deal with some things. Can't do this.
Yes, I can.
Had a cat. I'll be out in a sec. Well, guys. Hi, I know I'm still here. Had some stuff come up. I'm going to have to call the show right now. Nothing bad. Just I am needed. So, guys, keep writing, keep drawing. Here, Stuart. Yes, you got into. Keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating. Because if you do, you can edit it, you can improve it. But you can't edit a blank page. Guys, I love you, and you should too. And I will see you guys all very soon. Toodles.